Patriots-Jags in a second, but first, Donovan Mitchell getting the windmill dunk on the fast break here.
What's that? Was that Willie Cauley-Stein with the pass? What type of... Oh, that's not Willie Cauley-Stein. That's Zach Randolph.
Yeah, that's Devo. He'll be outside the studio looking for it if you keep that
I take it back. It was a good pass, Zach Randolph. This is a great play by
Donovan Mitchell need to be Rookie of the Year.
Chill, man.
Oh, who's Rookie of the Year right now?
Ben Simmons.
Why?
This has been the best rookie. That's typically who wins Rookie of the Year.
Can't shoot from outside 4 feet. Same game, same guy, more dunk.
Jenna, from 5 to 15 feet. 32.
Listen, Donovan Mitchell's been awesome.
Nick's age.
You said Ben Simmons, 32. You're correct on that. You said earlier he made 0 shots. If he's 32%, he's made more than 0 shots. Donovan Mitchell, 3rd place in Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell. And I wish he wasn't in Utah, though.
Check out Russell Westbrook. Look at all these moves. He has so many moves. Blowing past the entire Laker defense on route to OKC's 3rd straight win.
What? What?
After I was talking about the dunks.
Oh, I was talking about you said kid. Never mind. Sorry, I should have kept up the highlights. Look at Russell Westbrook.
Let's go, Russ.
Le'Veon Bell.
Cross it over. Dab it up. Hezzy. Let's do this. Drop him off.
He thinks the game's fun again like Melo?
It's always fun to Russ.
Larry Markkinen blocks Steph's shot right in his face, right off his noggin.
Cece, I'm going to your basketball game tonight. I want to see you do this to somebody. Not block a shot, but block a shot into their face.
Listen, I don't know why my show has an inordinate amount of Steph Curry spoofs and everything. Okay? The dude drops 30, and we happen to find the one video where he's getting this shot blocked.
I'll tell you why your show has a lot of Steph Curry spoofs in it, because it's our show, and I love to see them.
In or out? Starting with the Patriots and the Jaguars, we all know about Tom Brady, but Bill Belichick says Blake Bortles is the trigger man and makes it all happen. He obviously misunderstood the question. CC, you in or out on Bortles being better than he gets credit for?
Trigger man.
I think Jesse James and them had a trigger man. I mean, what's he starting?
What do you mean?
Well, if he's the trigger man.
I just worry he's been aiming the gun at the wrong people for years now. But go ahead. You in or out, CC? He's better than we give him credit.
He's better than we give him credit. I only give him for what I've seen. So from what I've seen, I'm out. I give him credit. I don't refer to him as a dumpster or anything, but he is a young quarterback who has not developed consistency, and he doesn't have a whole bunch of confidence throwing the ball. I'm out.
Listen, Blake Bortles has been a punchline in this league, but it's mostly been fair. I know they just scored 45 points against the Steelers. He completed 14 passes, and the way I think Tony Romo's done a great job commentating this year, but the way people give Blake Bortles credit for making the most elementary throws imaginable, it's like, wow, he didn't overshoot the tight end by 7 yards. Good job, kiddo. So no, I'm out. Blake Bortles gets the perfect amount of credit that he deserves.
All right, so the NFC title game, this one is being played in Philly, where sloppy field conditions could be an issue. Didn't know what he was doing there when I was watching that screen peripherally. Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer has reportedly gone so far as showing film to his team of players slipping on the field last weekend. So, Nick, you in or out on field conditions making a difference on Sunday?
Oh, I'm definitely in. You know who's also in? The Philadelphia Eagles. Right now on PhiladelphiaEagles.com, there is a 33-paragraph article, over 1,000 words, about the field, about the guy who puts the field together, about, listen, we had the Army-Navy game, then we had this other game, it's going to be great, but don't blame us if it's not. Philly knows the field's a big issue there, especially this time of year, so I'm in. And Cece had a good note about the cleats you should wear, all this stuff. It matters.
Big cleats, big cleats.
Well, this is the thing. If you give the field the proper amount of respect, last week, and a lot of the stuff that Coach was showing them was Atlanta. Atlanta's a dome team, like Philadelphia. Like Minnesota. Perfect footing. When you go outside, you have to change that. The benefit with the Vikings that they have when they go to Chicago and when they go to Green Bay, they play on fields that aren't good. So they have a couple games like that here. So typically the Vikings and our main man Dennis Ryan, he will get you in the right cleats. Just listen to Dennis Ryan. It won't play an effect because both teams have a respect for the field. And the Eagles, they know because that is their field.
I feel like we have more respect for the Philly field than Blake Bortles. That's neither here nor there.
It's there. Moving on to the Steelers. Pittsburgh let Todd Haley go after 6 seasons as the offensive coordinator. Reports are that quarterback coach Randy Fichtner. Is it Fichtner?
Sure.
Okay, we'll replace Haley in the role. CC, you in or out on the Steelers' decision to part ways with Todd Haley?
I'm out. And the reason why was because I don't think the offense is going to get better. And a lot of times when I see people that are capable of doing their job, what I see organizations do, companies do, they hire either laterally or down because this guy doesn't have the experience that Todd had, the development of players, which Todd has been critical to do. The offense is not the problem. It's all these other things, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And their problems won't be solved today when Todd Haley. They still got the same problems. Players not respecting what the rules are. You know, leaking stuff to reporters. So, no, this is not the answer.
I'm out. Did the Pittsburgh Steelers get better by letting Todd Haley go? No. So did they get worse? Probably.
Did they let the wrong person go?
Well, I don't know. Who else are we going to let go?
Well, who's in charge of all those things that CC mentioned?
Okay, but you're not going to get better by changing
No,
it.
you can't get rid of the head coach.
No.
That's not even on the table.
The idea that the Steelers got better with this, I think, is crazy. Now, maybe they'll maintain. Maybe they have enough talent. Maybe Randy Fichtner is a guy, I'll be honest. I don't know a ton about his play-calling style, like I don't think many people do. Maybe he'll be great at it. I don't want to put a ceiling on what he can be.
Right.
But this was about personalities. And for Todd, Todd's got to recognize when you're as good at your job as Todd is, but people tend not to want to keep you around past one contract, or much past your contract expiration. Maybe the way he interacts with other people is something he could work on for his next job, which might be here in New York for either one of these football teams.
Yeah, and stay out of those bars.
Okay.
Well, New York's the best place to be.
Okay.
To the NBA now, both Trevor Ariza and Gerald Green were suspended 2 games for entering the Clippers locker room, mainly because they play for the Rockets. Chris Paul and James Harden didn't get suspended for their involvement, and neither did anybody on the Clippers team. Nick, you in or out on the NBA getting the suspensions right in this whole situation?
I'm out on the NBA getting this suspension right because you got 2 games when you didn't fight, right? Like I understand that maybe there was some premeditation, but we've seen James Johnson and Serge Ibaka really square off. Both throw punches, one of them land punches, and only get 1 game. So for these guys to get 2 games for what could have happened, those guys only got 1 game. That doesn't seem equitable to me.
It also lets you know that the NFL and their NBA in their investigation, they found more evidence because there's more red flags or stop signs that Ariza went through to get to the opposing locker room. He had challenged a guy on the court. He had challenged my man Rivers.
Griffin, Austin Rivers?
Yeah, Austin Rivers. He had challenged him, and then he told him, I'm going to meet you in the locker room after the game. So if you follow that up, then that is substantially more than actually fighting on the court. When they got to their locker room and showered, they have a security team. They breached that security. Then they go into another team's locker room. They breached that security where police officers were called. So this is more significant than guys fighting, and the danger and what could have happened is more significant what Serge and them did.
So you're in. So you think suspension's coming?
And maybe this is a way for the league to send a message to the players as well.
Not going to other teams' locker rooms?
And finally, not least
some
secret
boxing
tunnels.
lessons.
Finally, the Cavs have struggled recently, losing 4 straight and 8 of their last 10. LeBron has acknowledged that this season has been more difficult than others. He'll try to turn things around tonight against the Magic. CC, you in or out on Cavs getting back on track against Oakland?
I mean, if that means winning the game, I believe they will beat Orlando tonight. Yes, I'm in on it. I mean, they played well in the Golden State game, but they were focused in that game.
I'm out because I don't think they could win tonight. They absolutely, though, could lose tonight. They have not played well.
So they could either win or they could lose?
But either way, they're not going to be back on track. Like, to me, this is you can't. Playing Orlando cannot get you back on track.
Got it.
Right. Given the issues they're having defensively and given the issues they have with injury. We need to see a bigger sample against better teams to say the Cavs are back on track.
All right. Good stuff coming up. We are 3 days away from the AFC and NFC Championship. It only took me 2 hours to figure that out. We will talk about it with comedian Rob Riggle. That's next on First Things First. Funny guy.
I like Rob. Kansas City guy.